In the heart of Mandaluyong, a romantic story began in 2022. They have started proudly serving the sweetest treats. Born out of passion and a love of giving delight, they are here to remind you of one thing. To you, from you, because you deserve it. Using modern food delivery apps, Cookie Digest is reshaping how we enjoy homemade goodness in a fast-paced world. But what keeps this little business going? From evaluating delivery system to exploring new ways to bring you joy through every bite, the journey of Cookie Digest is as thoughtful as its creation. It's not just about logistics, it's about creating a connection one cookie at a time. Cookie Digest has quickly become a name that represents more than just cookies. It's about treating yourself to something special because why not?
Hello, good afternoon. I am Ari,
And I am Kate.
and we're here today with Pat to interview her about Cookie Digest. So, how are you? How are you naman, Pat?
Okay naman. Natapos ko naman lahat ng deliverables ko today, so I'm feeling really accomplished today.
Yeah, okay, that's great to hear. So, can you tell us more about your business, like how it is started and what are your current plans for your business right now?
Cookie Digest started when I was in second year. Second year college ako noon. Tapos, sa sobrang bigat ng readings ko sa legal management, I really like to cope through baking. Tapos, ang problem kasi, hindi ako mahilig sa sweets. So, ang nangyari nun, my friends and some of my family members who aren't living here in Mandaluyong, sabi nila magbenta daw ako ng sweets kasi some of them really either crave it and pupunta sila dito to get it. Tapos sabi ko naman, sige, since when I have really bad days, I do like to bake, tas hindi ko naman siya kinakain. So, that's like the best way for me to cope. And over time, it evolved into something more of from a passion project to an actual business na siya ngayon. So, from the time it was launched, ang ginawa ko is I use mostly the profits to also donate to causes like yung sa volunteer project namin sa program ko. So, I donate like a portion of that and I find organizations to donate to as well. Pero currently, since I'm on a leave of absence university, ang target ko lang for Cookie Digest is to just go around schools kasi it's a way for me to explore and see other opportunities out there and to network. Since my biggest goal for the brand is to have its own physical store right now.
So, as you mentioned, like, goal mo is to have your physical store. So, how do you sell your products? Or do you have resellers, distributors, or online platforms to deliver your products?
Right now, I mainly operate online. So, ang platforms na gamit ko is Instagram, Facebook, and yung website ko na CocoCart. So, yun yung main kong ordering platform for those who doesn't want to DM. They would click and then pipindot-pindot na lang sila doon. Tapos, yung delivery service lang is I often ask yung customers na sila yung mag-book ng Lalamove or Grab instead of me to lessen lang yung pagkakamali nung deliveries.
Does this improve your like productivity on a daily basis?
I guess yes, kasi parang it's convenient for me to just wait for like the riders to show
Yeah.
up kapag ano. Since napipin naman yung address, it's usually easy for us to just receive and bigay lang, then take photos and then send it to the clients kapag na-dispatch na yung orders nila.
So, aside from the usual delivery, like yung pagbubok nila ng courier, do you have other methods to deliver your products?
Wala naman much. Yung other, lang naman namin, way to reach customers is going on pop-ups or punta kami ng schools when we're invited or other events. Besides that naman, I have like some friends who have like orders from their blockmates or yung friends nila. I deliver it to them and then they distribute. Usually pag ganun naman, I ask lang them if they want to like add like additional fees for them. Kasi in a way, they are working as either distributors or resellers of the cookies naman din.
Yeah.
So, parang, for me, if they do want to do that, it helps me reach the market of their universities. And at the same time, parang I widen like the reach of the brand then from them.
So, can you explain more like your process when it comes to like pop-ups or
Yeah.
going in like to the schools, something like that?
So usually kapag pop-ups or events, they're usually reached out via email. So from emails, we negotiate like magkano yung fees for the booth or if it's on a sponsorship level, kung part siya ng sponsorship. And then after that, usually before I go to somewhere I'm very unfamiliar with, if may kilala ako dun sa university kung saan sila
Yeah.
pumapasok, I do conduct like a small market research the same way I did for DLSU. Usually I ask them like, how often do you buy sweets? Do you
Yeah.
buy it on a daily, weekly basis? How often do you buy them? What price range are you willing to pay for them? It's also for me to somewhat adjust yung prices ko, if not on the size level, check ko kung until what price range I'm still willing to sell the pastries. Kasi I've been exploring different ways to go to pop-ups, and I think the best way is to really get them fresh out of the oven. So non-negotiable na sa akin yung willing ako magdala na isang cart na may isa akong oven, tas 2 Durabox, tas isang
Okay.
cooler ng dough, tas doon ko siya i-bake in-house to ensure freshness.
Okay. So, do you think na it is successful? Like, do you have like na-reach mo yung target customers mo when going to pop-up events?
Usually, right to kasi hindi pa naman yun na-reach yung pinaka-target kong market. Kasi I'm still exploring on what kind of market I'm really targeting towards. Pero besides on the exploration level, parang nakikita ko naman the differences of customers depending on the universities I go to and even events I go to. And meron doon na they're really willing to purchase the pastries even with the price point.
Yeah.
Although kasi from my perspective as the seller, it is quite expensive. But when I look from a customer's perspective din kasi na when they see the products and they see the pastries,
Na it is worth it.
na it's worth it, parang nakikita ko na there are people who are willing to pay for it for value.
Okay. So moving forward, how much time do you exert in distributing your products to your customers? Like, for example, does it take you like an hour or more than an hour, something like that?
So pag order and then yung for delivery na. yung
Yeah,
ganun
yeah.
na. Usually
Until sa
naman,
pag-distribute.
usually ang nasa website naman is when you're placing an order, you give us at least 45 minutes before your order is dispatched. So pag nangyayari naman yun is it's not usually 45, it's just 20 yung baking time. We just allot like time to
Like
prepare.
exact process mo.
Yeah, yung exact process na kasi everything is ready to bake naman by then. So, the moment it's placed, we just put it in the oven and then we'll wait once it's done and then get it dispatched as soon as possible.
So aside from you, do you have any other teams like in your entire business that could help you in delivering your products?
Right now, I mostly operate by myself, which is quite difficult considering the many aspects of a business. Pero I do have friends who are very helpful in helping me decide what steps to do, marketing, kasi they're mostly
Or
in
on
marketing.
decision making.
I mostly rely on like the community I built in the business to find other means to decide. Kasi even though the final say is still on me, I do like getting opinions from
Yeah.
people who definitely matter and had like a part in creating it. So parang it's either I hire some of my friends with like kapag pop-up events sila yung
Yeah.
kasama ko.
Like ano yung parang roles nila doon?
Usually, I'm in the baking, so sila yung sa cashiering, yung nagbibigay. So, ganun yung
Okay,
role
na
nila.
magsaserve ng mga products itself.
Mm.
So, next is, do you have any strategies and techniques in delivering your products through your distributors aside that you've mentioned earlier?
Mostly yung earlier lang, tapos yung kapag naman yung bulk siya na weekly na we have the reselling
Yeah.
periods. Usually, we create like a pre-order period and within like a day before the target delivery ng mga customers, dun siya dinideliver and then we distribute it in the morning. So, pag distributors ko naman kasi or resellers, then a day before naman ng target delivery nila, always delivered na lahat ng pastries.
Okay. So, can you say na do you have like a good process on it?
So far, I
You
think
have like
oo
a
naman.
solid.
Yeah.
So far, solid naman siya.
Yeah.
The only issue is mahirap lang maghanap ng distributor per university. Pero usually, I just find like some friends who are really willing to like gusto din nila mag-sell for extra din nila. And at the same time, there are some friends from there ng mga kaibigan nila that really like the pastry, so they want to order from them, tapos sila yung magiging point person. So, ganun yung nagiging system namin. There's usually a point person and then to me, and then yun na, distribution na sa kanila.
Okay. So, I'm just curious. Do you have like different prices for your distributors or other resellers?
And
From
do you have like parang set na ng distributor, like yung loyal na yung, or once lang sila nagdi-distribute, or meron ka talaga yung parang
bumabalik-balik?
Mostly, I have 2 distributors. Depending lang siya sa season kung gusto nila mag-sell. Tapos for the prices naman, it depends on the number kung ilan yung bibilin kasi. Pero usually kung anong price ko din ngayon, yun din yung prices na pinibigay ko sa kanila. Tapos sila na nag-a-add kung magkano if they want to charge like a delivery fee from them.
So, since you handle most of the time, handle your whole process, have you run into any challenges or struggles along the way?
I think yung biggest struggle lang nun yung pag-distribute ng sobrang dami na yung more than my own capacity. Since my oven is 1 layer lang siya. So, parang usually when there's like a big order, kailangan prepared siya in advance. So, bulk orders usually, hanapan ko na rin naman siya ng way kung paano siya makikater. So, I just give like a period of time. And then within that period of time, I would assure na may lead time na siya for those days. Kasi, for bulk orders kasi hindi siya mabilis ang gawaan. So, ganun.
Yeah, okay. Pero do you encounter like any complaints from your customers even before or not yet pa?
Siguro, the biggest complaint I ever had was yung delivery time lang kasi sobrang layo daw. Pero that's usually only the issue. Like, wala lang akong store. Yun lang yung issue ng nila. Pero nagigets naman nila na wala pa eh. So,
So, how do you respond with that issue?
Sabi ko,
Or paano mo siya hinahandle?
I just joke na you should buy more so I could get a store ASAP. Ganon.
So, para mas marami kang sales, mas ma-expand mo.
Mas na-expand ko siya.
So, number 9 is how do you check if your current way of delivering cookies is well for you? Like, do you plan to change it in time, like this process right now, or do you want to improve it more?
At most kasi within the platform yun sa Coco Cart, they do have like the subscription base na integrated na yung Lalamove. So, ibig sabihin, they just bibigyan ng their addresses. Direct na siyang i-dispatch from me to the customers. But right now, kasi I keep on thinking na even though the address is still within given sa akin, ang hirap pa din for me to ensure na ito yung tamang location. So, right now, I'm okay with the process na sila muna yung magbubook for assurance lang na it will get to them.
So, is there anything you'd like to improve doon sa mga process na ginagawa mo as of now?
I think ang goal ko na lang talaga ngayon is to have like a place beyond like my studio kung saan ako magde-deliver. Kasi by then, once it expands, I think I'm willing to open up yung mga Grab, Food, and Food Panda for convenience also for both ends. Pero ngayon kasi since I'm not that capable yet to expand to that market.
What it keeps you parang motivated
Yeah.
sa ginagawa mo?
I
So, do you reward yourself ba? Or para ano ba yung nagbibigay sa'yo para magpatuloy sa ginagawa mo?
I think it's the fact na when I ask people how they felt when they open the boxes or when they get like the cookies. Bilang love language ko ang gift giving, it does make me super happy when people are happy with what they get. And that's something I get so excited about every time I do something. And yun yung biggest motivation ko besides the desire to have my own physical store. And once like everyone is satisfied with what I make, I do find other ways to improve on my craft and to find like other pastries or sweets to sell kasi I feel like what I wanted for Cookie Digest is to have something for everyone even though it's not for everyone. Ganun. Yun naman siya.
Okay. So, when you think about your delivery process, do you consider things like cost, maintaining control, and being flexible or changes? Although you've mentioned this earlier, pero
na pricing
Yeah.
ang Grab,
Yeah.
Foodpanda. So,
What do you think is the best way for you to like distribute your products even more, considering
or
this?
when do you think is the perfect time na parang pumasok ka doon?
I
Yeah.
think yung perfect time nun is when I have like nare-reach ko na yung parang pinakal ng gusto kong amount of deliveries per day. Kasi by then, kahit hindi na ako mag-add nung parang charges then, kasi usually when you order from Gab, mas mataas eh.
Yeah.
Yung usually yung binibenta nila. So, I often motivate or encourage customers to purchase directly from me. Kasi one, it saves them money and it saves us time. Third-party apps get expensive, not just for businesses but also for clients. So, parang I don't want to put the burden on convenience and adding additional premium to customers when they're getting the exact same thing for something cheaper naman then from me.
Yeah.
Yun.
All right, that's great. So next, Ari?
So, we're talking about na you're exploring. So, have you thought about exploring other ways to sell your products? Aside doon sa sinasabi mo, like, yung current process na ginagawa mo, like, courier and yung pop-up. So, may ibang other ways. Yung goal mo na parang magkaroon ng physical store.
Yun lang yung parang gusto ko lang at the moment. Yung physical lang kasi it gives people a place to go to. And parang pwede siya maging third space nila at the end of third space, the end of the day. And parang yun yung pinaka gusto kong goal besides a commissary. So, iba yung commissary, iba pa naman yung cafe or yung resto. Para may direct na nagde-deliver lang na place, meron naman direct na pwede silang tumambay for customers.
Yeah,
Yun
okay.
naman siya.
So, what would make you open to this or to this kind of opportunities?
I think one is yung magkanong capital needed for them. Kasi I can't really risk a lot of capital at the moment since I'm in a very tight place in just currently rebuilding the brand from this last year actually. This year pala. So, parang ngayon kasi I'm still holding on to the capital and finding like other customers through pop-ups. Marami kasing losses usually pag pop-ups when you're not familiar with your market or minsan may possibility na hindi pala ganun ka-effective yung marketing team nung bazaars or nung pop-up events. So, right now, I'm very hesitant to just continue going to these events. Pero, other naman considerations is yung location,
Capital,
location, tsaka how much, yung foot traffic din. And if
Yeah.
it's the target people I want to, yung gusto kong bumili sa akin, yun yung mga kino-consider ko. Kasi I could think about the capital later kung ito na yung perfect spot, ito na yung perfect location for me. Yung iba naman kasi pwede pa siyang pag-isipan later. Ganun.
How about the team? Or
Yeah. Do you,
you want
plan
to
to
add?
expand your
Yeah.
team in the future?
Yes, I mostly work best on the kitchen side. Hindi kasi ako magaling sa marketing side and the like. So I'm really open to finding someone who could manage the social media. Kasi the rest are all manageable by me. Like, I could answer the emails, I could do this and that. Yun yung mas gusto ko and someone nakatulong ko in the kitchen, especially sa fulfillment and orders. Like, someone to do, yung sila na lang din magbaba nung ibababa para sa couriers kasi going up and down for one delivery to another can get very exhausting and it makes the process slower instead of quicker. So, someone who could do that. Pero usually naman, yung little sister ko naman yung gumagawa nun. So, most of the time kapag, pag marami talaga yung need gawin, yung tumutulong na sa akin is some of my friends and my family. So, for now, sila pa lang yung team.
Yeah, okay. So for the last question, some businesses use third-party logistics companies for things like delivery or storage.
storage?
So
Yeah.
have you considered this for your cookies, like having a specific storage for it aside from your home or
And how
in
do
your place?
third-party logistic or yung third-party partners mag-grow yung business mo and yung cookies mo?
I think yun sa, when you mean yung storage, I think that's like a space na dun lang talaga ako magtatrabaho, So, I think, originally, my apartment was supposed to be that. But, due to, like, marami ng space needed, like, for home, for my parents, then, we decided I could just move in there and live on my own separate space while I do work naman with Cookie Digest. And I think it would be nice to have an own, kahit hindi pa physical store, like an own studio for work to really focus on like all the stuff for the business, which would be nice naman. And it also can be a place of business rather than a mix of residential. So, I think that's something I'm considering, as well as yung sa logistics then for like deliveries na hindi lang siya yung Lalamove or Grab.
Okay. So you mentioned na you're open to having this logistics, diba? So do you also consider like the trust or the added expense to it?
Pero ang kinoconsider ko lang din is, at best, kung yung location na yun, it's either can be either a commissary or a cafe. Kasi parang, if storage-wise, pwede naman siyang, kung pwede siyang maging commercial lot, or pwede siyang maging commercial space, I would rather shift that into a cafe, and then yung commissary would be my home. And kung hindi naman yung bahay, siguro I would just rather purchase a lot or rent a lot that is big enough to be both the commissary and the cafe naman.
Okay, so do you plan to stay here in Mandaluyong or to still reside here?
I plan to still reside here kasi dyan naman yung kinalakihan ko recently. But when it comes to the business itself, looking at like yung targets ko, I'm open to go beyond Mandaluyong kasi
Yeah.
I love being in Manila area
Okay.
actually.
Do you have
Manila
any
yung favorite
target
ko.
market around the market?
U-Belt is my target.
Ah,
Actually, U-Belt not just because for students, kasi ang goal ko is a study hub cafe.
Yeah,
So,
yeah.
study hubs, ang goal ko
I
lang
think
doon.
there's a lot
Maraming study hubs
there.
malapit sa school ko, and usually when I don't feel like studying at home, I love studying in cafes or study hubs. Why not just combine both of them, 'di ba? I'm looking into either Legarda, Espanya, or yun sa may actually malapit sa PUP. Nakalimutan ko lang kung
Santa
ano.
Mesa, Pureza.
Yung malapit sa Pureza actually. Pero mas malapit siya sa network ng maraming schools. And considering na marami ding study hubs, mostly dun sa side ng Espanya and sa Legarda, naghahanap ako ng location na hindi siya sobrang common. Kung hindi naman common, hindi similar sa concept ng brand ko naman.
Okay. Alright. I think
I
that's
think
it.
that's
Do you
it.
have any questions on your end, Ari?
I think wala naman na. And sobrang happy lang din ako na makilala yung brand niya, yung
Yeah,
business
the
niya.
Cookie Digest. I think
I love
I'm
the
kinda
stories,
interested to
yeah.
try their cookies and of course,
For sure,
drinks.
magbibili tayo dyan.
Yeah.
Ay,
thank you.
Yeah. Thank you.
Oh my gosh. Oh my God.
So here's a simple appreciation. Appreciation for you. Flowers.
Dumaan talaga sa butas ng karayo. Kasi ikaw lang talaga, para makapagpasko kami. Diba?
Founded with a desire to give back, each cookie sold benefits school organizations, empowering the next generation and spreading joy one bite at a time. By collaborating with other brands and attending school events, Cookie Digest is making a lasting impact, and with the help of her supportive family and friends who join in her business, this dream is growing stronger every day. With Cookie Digest, savor the pleasure of life. Experience the love infused into each bite by placing your order right now.